Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Avadon, the Black Fortress. Today we're going to Oghrym'Tor. But first I figured we could, stop by Runafaiga's place, see if she has anything that she wants to ask us. Shadow Beast has been slain. Okay, she doesn't have anything else for us. Whatever. Waste time. It happens. What can you do? You can click here and wait for your characters to get there. Shouldn't take too long. I'm recording this a little bit in advance. I hope I'm not forgetting something. Because that's the one danger with recording things in advance, is you don't get the feedback from you guys. Like Omar suggesting that I just missed the next part of the Janelle mission. I got that too late. I was already engaged in... What was it? Kalimdariel next? Yeah, I was already in Kalimdariel, so I couldn't do anything about it. I came back when I wasn't in Kalimdariel anymore, so I enter Oghrym'Tor. Unlike last time, the inner gates have been left open. The Lord of these lands has been expecting you. There is no pretense of keeping you out. He is willing to see you, though you can't be sure how he will react when you confront him. Well, we'll see. Is this the area with the most circles of areas? I wonder. Chimeria, I mean. Maybe. Fascinating! Okay, Clement. What was that saying? I read half of it and then I clicked somewhere because I'm an idiot. You enter the fortress. The stone fortress from which Dorstead is ruled. Chimerian architecture lacks all subtlety. Most of the walls are short and thick, made of rough-hewn blocks of granite crudely mortared together. Signs of the viciousness of the Chimerians are everywhere. This is no sophisticated castle of the Kalimdariel. Gruesome trophies line the paths, and the stocks wait ready for anyone who anchor Lord Castra R. Past the entry courtyard, you can see a large hall to the east. That must be where the rulers of this place await you. In fact, as soon as you enter, the wizard Moritzkri emerges to meet you. I want to look at your dried meat first, Moritzkri. Oh, he emerges, but he stays put and waits for me to actually get to him. Yes, that's what's going on. Well, I'm going to talk to your hunter Clement first. There's a hunter casually leaning against this carved wooden pillar. He chews on a length of straw and watches you with an expression that could only be called insolent. But he is not Chimerian. His armor is too ornate and his skin is too pale. In fact, you think he is from the Tawan Empire, another of the Farlands. He smirks at you as you pass. Simplicity, yes, from Avadon. I wanted to get a chance to see you. I am Hunter Clement. And where are you from, my guy that I didn't at all guess where you're from? Tawan Empire, not ashamed to say it, the once great empire that will be great again. The pact won't endure. I mean, that's an understatement, but let's go forward with it. You mean, do I like the pact? I don't hate it, I don't like it. It is like a storm, hard, but it ends. Why don't you think? Nothing lasts, everything dies, and the Tawan will rise again. You're contradicting yourself, but sure. Sounds a lot like insolence, Farlander. I will not insult Avadon. We know how you respond. Let's talk about something else. What are you doing here? I am a fine hunter, one of the best in northern Linnaeus, but Tawan, despite its glories, is too civilized a land to truly test my skills. So he allowed you to hear? The Lord is wise. He welcomes all who will help Dorstead defend itself against its neighbors, hunters, wizards, assassins. Of course, Chimeria has the finest game in the northern Farlands. Spiders, wolves, Chimerians. Of course, if I get bored here, I will have to go to the corruption. Something that is even wilder, I assume. Far to the southwest, a place of wild, untamed magic. Some wizards went mad and tried to see how much damage they could do. Turns out, it was a lot. Creatures there, their heads would look very worthy on my wall back home. You'd have to make it back there with all of the heads. That's not as simple as it sounds. Logistically. It is interesting to see me, apparently. Why did you want to see me, by the way? Wanted to see what sorts of warrior Avadon is sending out. Interesting. Why are you evaluating me? Simple interest. Of course, I would love to have the chance to test your skills. You don't have the right to test me, Farlander. Understood and agreed, but I am allowed to be curious, and the test I had in mind would be interesting. Thank you for your time. Good day. You want to pick a fight with me? Seems like a stupid distraction. That's not. For my character, I don't see my character doing that. By the way, some people were seeing like, oh, for someone who's just hungry for power, you seem to be very keen on doing the right thing for Avadon. And I'm like, I want power in the form of knowledge, like, you know, arcane knowledge and whatnot. And everything else, like politics and whatnot, I absolutely do not care for, and I will follow the Avadon line. I'm not after secular power, if you will. Or at least my character isn't. So, no, she's not gonna betray Redbeard to take his place. She's not interested in being Redbeard or taking his place. That's a very political, a very leader of the free world. It's not really free, but you get my point. It's a very leader, president of the pact, the center of this world. That's not what she's after. She's after, like, getting arcane power. It's different, right? I understand myself even if you don't. Can I go there? If I spend the lockpicks, sure. Dagobert of the Forge. Don't you have an interesting name? Blacksmith has been allowed to set up this fort just inside the gates of the fortress, right next to the main audience hall. The sound of hammers ringing against the blades must be constantly audible within. The smith is a massive chameleon over 6 feet tall and mighty of thew. When you greet him, he gives you a grim little salute with his hammer. He wears a pair of massive steel gauntlets with little spikes protruding from the fingers. The fingers? You mean claws? Why? That must make it more difficult to handle things. For no possible gain. I am Dagobert of the Forge, he said in a deep voice, honored to be the personal smith of Lord Castor Ahal. I have been told to trade with you so that Avadon can see our skill in weaponcraft. Do you really think you're going to be able to have a good name for yourself? Your things are probably going to be as generic as everywhere else. Steel sword and whatnot. Why is it here? Because when Lord Karstahal deals with the lords of the other steads, he wants them to hear me make blades. The blades that would be butchering the soldiers. It is an honor and a reminder. An honor for you, I assume? Of course, all know that my steelwork is the finest in Cameria. If you say so, no matter what. The sound that my forge tells everyone we are not weaklings like the Tawon or the Kelem. We are not backward followers of the old ways like the Wildrim. We are Cameria. We are born to kill. Highly, I don't know, self-absorbed view of yourself. Tell me about your crafts. I work steel, my blades keep their edge better than any in our land. They last longer, they bend farther without breaking. Because I am commanded, I can sell them to you, so you can see how mighty they are and can be afraid. It's not gonna make me afraid, believe you me. Especially since I'm a mage, I don't give a shit. I wield them myself. I am no coward smith that never leaves the forge. I test my weapons myself. Karsta hates it, but he knows I insist. I only call the blade from my hand great when I have taken life with it. Oh, who do you kill? Righteous ogres are the Khmer Wildren raiders, and once they have entered my land in our fair game, nothing that would break your laws, Avadon. I wasn't interrogating you. I am legitimately curious about what you're doing here. My own invention, for me alone. Sometimes I kill with these alone, for my own amusement. Sounds very impractical, as I was saying. What do you have? Steel things with the breastplate of the tower. What does that do? 10% less time for abilities to recharge. Is that rounded up? Because if it's not rounded up, it does nothing for most abilities. I'm just saying. It's still pretty good, though. It's better armor, better chance to parry. One less endurance, though, which... This looks good. I'm not gonna lie, this looks good. This melee damage, curse resistance. A decent, you know, half and half. This is also actually really good. Utterly ridiculous. Okay, so he's actually really, really bad with the prices. 10% healing. Can I use that? No, she's using a staff. I can't use that, right? Well, I could use that on Sevelin because he does have self-healing. I guess it improves that. I don't think it's worth $1,000 just to improve his self-healing, though. And that would be for Shima if I was using him. Also not worth the price. Your opinion of yourself is too high, thus your prices are too high, thus go to hell. Is this a restricted area? I don't care, I'm Avadon. I don't have to care. Not mine. Who cares? No one that's around. That's who. Alright. I know, Maritzkri, you want to talk to me, but I want to explore your place. I want to map it out. I want to have a map of the place so when I have to flee it in a hurry, because, you know, people are going to catch me for the dirty thief that I am, I know where to go. That's logical, right? It's a very same thing. Why do I have blotches of black out there? Oghrym'Tor has 5 rings of stone arranged in a circle. This ring is full of thick vegetation. The plants are carefully tended, green and amazingly thick and lush. Wildlife watches you from the undergrowth. General looks around and sniffs the air. There is one of my kind here, a servant of nature, serving a place of darkness. Visitors, I am pleased. Come, I would meet you. So you're saying there's a shaman in here. I mean, why not? Lady Antje. Your center of power. Well, if that's how you want to put it, sure. Whatever you say, lady. Let me just map out your center of power, and then we're gonna have a little fun talking to you, I suppose. Okay, mapped out. You come for my lord? Well, somewhat. I came for the person that created the Shadow Beast. There's a beautiful young woman walking through the grove that fills this ring of the forest. She is a shaman, something you don't see frequently in Cameria. She turns to you and gives you a smile and a little bow. She is trying to seem harmless, but you can see the glint of steel in her eyes and sense the beast you conceal in the thickets that surround you. She says, "Welcome, hand, to my grove. I am Antje, Lady of Oghrym'Tor. I have so few visitors that I wanted to make sure to see you in person." I find it interesting that shamans are left to rot, essentially, unless they are embellishing your castle. Then they are valued. Otherwise, when it's, you know, for spirits and the common folk and all that, screw that. You can rot. You don't get to do your things, actually. Because there was a large disrespect of the shamans outside of this castle. But then inside the castle, it's making a circle, a fifth of the castle, pretty. Let's keep it. Are you his wife? I have that honor. Of many possible partners, he chose me. He recognized my power, and he knows that the old ways still have their uses. He's not given it that much effort, though. A bit older than you? I have no idea. I don't know how old he is. My lord is more energetic than any 4 men at half his age. You don't need to worry about the details of my partnership. I wasn't worrying about it. Not per se. I wasn't worrying about the sex act itself. Let's just put it that way. It's not what that was about. He uses your powers? Of course, mages are useful, but Maritzkri is too arrogant to understand that there are things only shamans can do and only shamans can see. I mean, Chanel doesn't have the same skills as me as all, so I can see that. Because all rivals for his attention faded before my beauty and skill, or disappeared while walking in the woods. I see. If one wishes to engage in power politics in Cameria, one should know to take proper precautions. If one does not, you're a terrible person, but okay. I mean, you're a terrible person, but you live in a terrible place. I guess you deserve each other. I met few shamans here. There are very few. In fact, the only other nearby is that useless old fool Uni. Tired and preachy she is. Happily, we will not have to tolerate her for long. Well, why do you dislike her so? Because she doesn't understand that the only way the old ways can be allowed to exist is in the service of new ways. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. When it serves the glory of the Lord, it's allowed. The rest can just kneel. We keep what works and discard the rest. If it weren't for the pact, and the Wildren would have submitted to our might long ago. It's possible, I guess. I have no idea how that war would go, because I don't know enough about either party. Because she's old, time always does us the kindness of erasing those with outdated ideas. Well, that's only if she doesn't find anyone to teach her ideas to. If she does teach, it just carries on to the next generation. It is lovely as a nub, but it is not wasted, not merely a useless lovely thing like in the calendary of the Wildren. It is a center of power to defend us against those who would harm us. But it could be better. There is something that would make it perfect. Oh, a quest. Jolly good. What do you need? A powerful wood totem. It was once in one of the neglected stone circles, and Moritzkri took it into his tower. If you happened to find yourself in his tower, found the totem, and returned it to me, I would give you a reward worthy of my possession. Why? His power is not our power. I think he thought he could possess some of the might that is mine. He's foolish. I can see that. Do I have another question? No. Then she's not going to keep me. Yeah. I guess we're going to go to his tower then. It's a good thing I know where that is. I take it he's guilty, or at least he's going to be suspected. Not mine. I used a lockpick on it, so I'm going to feel entitled and take it anyway. These people are not part of the pact. I don't give a damn. I don't have to give a damn. Locked? What do you mean? I am Avadon. Doors do not lock themselves in front of me. That's a silly way to put it, but whatever. Oh dear. I'll roll with it. Was that where Moritzkri was? No? Good. Nothing here. Alright. Good to know. So Moritzkri's right there, but I don't really want to talk to him. In fact, looking at the time, I don't think I have time for much more. I'm going to explore the rest of the castle, because I might have time for that, but I think I'm going to have to end it pretty soon. It's unfortunate. Okay, there's a guy right there, so I'm not even going to look at what I don't get to loot. Okay, fine. I'm going to talk to Moritzkri, and then it's going to be the end of that. To map this. Yeah! Got him. Got that black square. Didn't stand a chance. Once again, you meet Moritzkri, the head wizard of Dorstead. You last saw him when he attacked the Shadow Beast. Now he's waiting at the end of Lord Karstaar's hall. He's not happy to see you. I don't doubt that. He gives you a perfect terror bow, so the hand of Avadon has returned to us. Simplicity was it? I suppose you have stopped by our fortress for a reason. Perhaps I can help you so that you don't need to stay here longer than necessary. I forget if I'm supposed to be imperious or not. I forget the exact specifications. I'm gonna go ahead and decide that I don't like him, so... I can see that you're determined. I'm sure that Lord Karstaar would be happy to aid you. Decided to be a jerk because I wanted to be a jerk. You enter the throne room of Lord Karstaar. There is a white carpet in the center of the room. Supplicants stand there as they plead for aid. The blood spatters on the fabric provide a hint of how that usually goes. Lord Karstaar himself sits in his throne and watches you. He is well into his middle age, but he maintains much of his muscle. He wears an old suit of fine plate armor imported long ago at the great expense from the Tawan Empire. His blacksmith couldn't do it. You meet the gaze of this old warrior in this is his throne room, so he does not rise. However, his arrogant demeanor fades quickly as the hands of Avadon approach. The Dreadlord awaits? This just makes me think of Warcraft, which is wrong. I admit it. So I said after Moritzkri I was going to end it. It was very short, granted, but I'm still going to stand by what I said. I gave the game a chance to interrupt me with story, but it didn't happen. I guess I have to click on him. That's going to be next time. Until then, see y'all.